Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Gareth, and in this video we are going to build the fantastic Team Associated TC8. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Hello and welcome to bag 5 of the TC8 build. In this video is pretty short. We are just going to fit the anti-roll bars to the car. The roll bars are the same front and back, which is awesome. It's really frustrating having a front and a rear that are separate. I'm looking at you, the X4 there, but yeah, these ones on the Associated are the same front and back. You get a 1.3 and a 1.2 in both kits, the carbon and the steel versions. The kit calls for a 1.2 on the front. Personally, I've never run a softer roll bar on the front and the back, although this car is quite, it drives a lot on the front. It's quite tail happy. I think that seems to be a common opinion around Facebook and other drivers that have this car, that the car is quite loose on the back. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't mean I should really try 1.2 on the front and 1.3 on the back, perhaps. See what I'm missing out, but yeah, currently on the high grip I'm running 1.3 on the front and 1.2 on the back. On the low grip or lower grip that we run at Louth, I tend to go down 0.1 and run the 1.2 on the front and the 1.1 on the back. So what can I say about fitting the roll bars? These tiny little screws, the one that's on the end of my screwdriver right now, they're only M2 screws. So you don't want to do those up too tight. I think one of these I do up a little, don't think it's in quite all the way, and keep cranking on the driver, and I think I may have stripped the threads in one of the wishbones. But yeah, you don't need much to tighten those up with them being M2s. But once these little like figure of 8 anti-roll bar links are fitted to the wishbones, you never really need to take them out again, unless you're changing the wishbones. I tend to leave the little bit that goes in those, that the roll bar sits in, the blue part. I can't remember its official name. But yeah, I tend to leave that bit in the figure of 8 and then just pop the roll bars out with the grub screw on there, and then remove the middle parts. And yeah, so the anti-roll bar ball joint, I leave that in the figure of 8 link there, and just unscrew the roll bar from that. It is a lot easier changing roll bars if you remove the bumper or the rear body mounts. Just gives you a little bit more room to work on the links, the collars, the black collars there that I'm putting the grub screws into now. It calls for thread lock on those and on the joints. Personally, I wouldn't put thread lock on them. They're only tiny little grub screws. I think you're going to get into a bit of trouble if you've got thread lock on those. I don't think I've ever had them come loose. They're pretty easy to get them tight enough so that they won't come loose. One of the interesting things coming from the buggies is that the collars there, they've actually got a slot cut into them, so you can slot them on when the roll bar is fitted. On the buggy versions, you have to slide them down the roll bars to where they want to go. One of the things that you need to take care of when fitting the roll bars is to make sure that those collars are sat in the same place on the roll bar, because it's quite easy with the open side for the roll bar to sort of slot into the open side, and then it moves. So yeah, extra care is needed there just to make sure that you've got them in the right place. I find it, if they don't go on straight first time, then when they're on the car you can sort of see that one side's sitting a little bit higher than the other in the middle. So they're quite easy to adjust there. So as you can see, the anti-roll bar set gives you 5 roll bars in the set, 1.1 to 1.4 mil. So you'll ultimately end up with 2 1.3s and 2 1.2s, which is probably the more common roll bars to run on the car. But yeah, you can see there that the collar is open on the one side. So yeah, just a little bit of extra care needed to fit them and make sure that they are sitting flush and correct, and both sides are the same, so you don't end up with a roll bar that's at a slight angle when it goes through the bulkheads. So yeah, what else can I say about changing the roll bars? I don't really think there's a lot more that I can say. but yeah, they're pretty easy to fit. Not a problem at all. I feel if you fit them with the wheels on as well, you'll automatically angle the grub screws in a way that you can then remove them with the wheels on. It's quite. I think I may have fitted them. We'll see in a sec when I fit them. We may have fitted the grub screws coming out at a 90-degree angle towards the hubs, which means that you 100% will need to remove your wheels in order to change the roll bar. But yeah, as you fit them with the wheels on, you'll sort of put them at 45 degrees coming up away from those joints and clearing your tires. But yeah, they're pretty easy to fit. They're not a problem at all. I mean, coming from the X4 24 and 25 with the roll bars down, nestled into the wishbones there, they were an absolute pig to fit those roll bars, but these are quite easy to fit and adjust. There's plenty of access with your driver to get to those grub screws. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The front is exactly the same as the back. There's no changes. They fit on the wishbones exactly the same. But yeah, that's about it. So I will leave you with the rest of me fitting these roll bars. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this content, please feel free to drop a like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. I'll be working a bit more on the TC8 as I run it. And at the small point there where I just wiggled the roll bar in the bulkhead, I should have said this earlier probably, make sure that there is a tiny little bit of wiggle there. As the bulkheads flex as the car goes through corners, you don't want the roll bars to be pinching the bulkheads together and not allowing them to be free and do what they do as you go through corners. But yeah, so thank you for watching once again. I'll try and get the rest of the videos done. I know I say this every single episode, but yeah, I'm trying to paint body shells for other people and race myself and hold down a full-time job and all those kind of things. The videos kind of take a little bit of a backseat, but yeah, we'll get this Bag 5 up, and it looks like we're getting close to a finished car here. Shocks, bumpers, body posts and battery holder look like they're the only things that are left to put on the car. So yeah, we'll get that sorted, and hope to see you in future videos. So yeah, thank you for watching.